Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. I've got something I want to go through with you today, and it's pretty doggone neat. This is Lincoln Electric's brand new PowerMig 211i. Now this thing isn't even out on the market yet. My friends at Lincoln Electric have been super great to me, sending me one to unbox to you before it comes out. This is a multi-voltage MIG machine with a whole lot of really neat features. So let's cut it open and see what's inside. If this was inside the packaging, please don't touch. I love it. See what's inside this bad boy. All right, it's got a Magnum Pro 100 MIG gun, similar to what's on the 210. This is going to be your ground clamp work lead. There's a clamp probably somewhere here in the box. Gas hose, regulator, drive rolls, a few MIG tips, that sort of thing. This is the regulator. This is a multi-voltage input socket, so it apparently comes with a 230 volt plug on the machine. You plug this in and then you can plug this into 110 volt. So it's a multi-voltage machine. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Very well packaged. I will say that much. Ta-da! Here it is. So you guys are looking at it just the first time that I look at it. Now, it does have a quick start guide and instructions. Who reads those, right? Yeah, we all read them. According to the machine, it'll do just manual CV mode MIG with 75-25 gas, 100% CO2, flux core, stainless steel, and it'll run a spool gun. It'll run 025, 030, 035, and 045 filler wire. It has a material thickness input as well as a wire feed speed and a voltage. That's interesting. Pretty neat. Very, very basic setup. Not gonna be hard to figure out how to work. Let's take a look inside, see what's in here. All right, here's our clamp. One thing I do like about these Lincoln clamps, when you open them up, they have a copper weave in between both sides with copper contacts, so you have a good ground on both sides. We'll put that on the work lead here in a minute. Just a small roll of L56, so TR70 wire 030. They give you a little 2-pound spool. Typical drive feed like we're used to on almost all of the Lincoln MIG machines. Flip it down, flip it up, tension's here with this nut. You can pull your guides off to access your drive rolls here. Let's see what they gave us. 025 to 035 set of guides in there. So they probably gave us an oversized set in the box there, in the bag of goodies. Drive roll, spool of wire, and for these smaller spools of wire, we'll have to take this adapter off. Pretty neat. Looking at the output chart here, this machine it'll output all the way up to 24 volts at 400 inches a minute, it says. That's a pretty healthy output. Let's look at the input here. What do we got going on here? So it's the standard, what we in the industry call the standard 3-prong welder plug. And if we get this adapter here that comes with it, as you can see, you can just plug this into here and then it becomes a 110 volt machine. Obviously it attenuates the output, so you don't get maximum output, but sometimes you don't need it. I've done lots of repair work in the field with a 110 volt MIG machine, especially temporary, fit up, tack up, and then bring it back to the shop. Sheet metal, thin gauge stuff, like 11 gauge, no problem all day long. Let's see what else this machine is capable of doing. I actually really like this. It's simple, but it kind of gives you a lot of options. Lincoln made some machines. They made the 100 series. They made the 125 series, the 125 HD series. They were like lighter duty 110 volt MIG machines that did a pretty doggone good job, but they were more for the homeowner user. And the feeling I get out of this machine is like that machine, but for the little more intermediate type welder here. It's got a lot more options. You can do a lot more with the machine. So with that being said, let's put this machine together and put some gas to it, do some welding, see what it does. First things first, let's check the drive rolls. And the way you turn is a little quarter turn key right here, and this drive roll slips off. This is 030 wire that they gave us, so we're gonna put that 030 wire in it. That's 035 drive roll. Got a little bag of goodies here. There's our 030 drive roll. This is a single size drive roll, so if you're used to the bigger MIG machines where you can flip it over for the other size, this ain't your Huckleberry. And put it on, and then we just turn this keeper key right there, quarter turn, it holds it in. We'll put the 035 drive roll back in there. And then it has another guide like this one right here, and this one goes from 035 to 045. This one right here goes from 025 to 035, so we are good on our wire size. Let's get our MIG gun out here. All right. Put our MIG gun up in here. Now, one thing that's real important when you put these MIG guns in is that they take a firm amount of pressure to get them to seat all the way. You gotta seat them all the way. Otherwise, they won't work, or they will work intermittently, and you'll think there's something wrong with the welding machine. We are gonna weld C25, so we plug this into our positive. That's actually the positive input right there. If you were to weld flux core, you would pull this out, slide this in here and turn it. You have to reverse the polarity for flux. And it looks like everything should be pretty self-explanatory from there. So, that adapter works for the bigger rolls of wire when you put them on here. For the smaller rolls, just put this pressure nut on there. That's pretty decent. Pair of MIG welpers. We'll pull these out. Get us a nice clean end there and feed this through. We can put this. We took that off when we were just looking at the machine a minute ago. Getting all excited unpackaging it. There it goes. All right, so this goes up on top here, and this is spring loaded. So this pushes together under spring tension. So you can just pop this up, and then it puts pressure on the drive system. If you need to increase pressure, you turn down on this to increase pressure. Next thing we need to do is power this bad boy up. There you go. Play in the little shop power here. On-off switch on this is on the front. So we just can turn it on and it's powering up. So let's set the wire diameter. Oh, that's cool. So wire diameter, it'll allow me to select 025, 030, or 035. That's pretty neat. The machine knows that you're not gonna run more than 035 wire with C25 gas. 045 is now available when you go to flux core. So the machine knows what it can support. So 030 is illuminated. We're gonna be welding with 75/25. That's what I weld with. And then I can pick whatever my diameter is. That's pretty neat. And it adjusts the suggested machine settings. Let's just say that I wanted to weld 3/16. It says 19 volts at 330 inches a minute. As I go down, let's pick 14 gauge. It says 17 volts at 180 inches per minute. So as you adjust the machine, it adjusts the recommended settings and tells you where it thinks you should be. So we're gonna be welding 1/8 inch. We'll leave it there. 030, C25 gas. Now what we wanna do is spool our gun. We'll let the drive system run the wire all the way through. So here's our wire coming out. Take our contact tip. So this is all set up. What I generally do, I take all my little extra goodies, I put them right inside here, close the door, presto bango, everything's nice in there where we need it. Let me get some material here. I got some 1/8 inch cut up coupons. We'll do a few little test welds here on the MIG machine, see how it runs, you know, flat plate, lap, vertical down, vertical up, see how it welds. I like it already. Not too shabby. Let's try a fillet weld. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing is dead nuts on with the weld setup. It is welding at 1/8 inch material. It is welding exactly like it should weld at 1/8 inch. I have to touch nothing. With that being said, I'm gonna do more of this. This is fun. Okay, so first impressions here. I really like the machine. I think it's a big bump up from the Home Depot type MIG machines that Lincoln has sold for years. The 125s, 135s, 100 SPs. Although this machine has got a great art characteristic right out of the box. So it's something to think about in your shop. If you have a small shop, especially a small shop, smaller shop, what's the most valuable thing you have in your shop? Well, the answer is real estate, the floor space. So having a machine like this, especially if you do a few projects throughout the year, but you're not welding on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, sometimes having these machines put away underneath the workbench, underneath the shelf, somewhere put away, gives you more workspace that's not being tied up by a cart. So that might be the answer for you for your home shop. I feel like this machine has got the drive system of the 210 NP, which is a pretty tried and true drive system in there. The MIG gun is a Pro 100. It's a pretty stout little MIG gun. It'll do everything that this machine will ask it to do. The regulator is a standard Lincoln regulator. Nice little short section hose so you don't have too much hose hanging up. A good quality ground clamp and ground lead. It's a nice little package that comes together, and I gotta be honest with you, right out of the box, I'm really impressed with the way it welds. The machine needed zero adjustment from what I told it thickness-wise. So I put input that we were welding something 1/8 of an inch, 11 gauge, close enough, and the machine automatically told me what it thought I needed to run at. It figured it all out, and it was dead nuts. I wouldn't have changed a thing. If you're looking for a mid-game machine, you know, maybe a 260 or a 360 is too big of a machine for you, for your home shop or way out of your price range, this might be the machine for you. Here's the thing for me that's kind of one of those things that's a breakover point. It's a dual voltage machine. That means that I can do repairs and make money with this machine, whereas a 230 volt machine limits to where you can use the machine to make repairs, do tack welds, that sort of thing. That dual voltage functionality is a game changer in the welding world. So I'm gonna give this machine a check mark. Really like it, really like the way it welds. Now I gotta do is figure out how not to have to send it back to Lincoln and keep it here in the shop, because I really don't need another welder, but I really like it. Be sure to check us out on the Do Right Fabrication Facebook page or Do Right Builder on Instagram. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again real soon.